Good evening everyone. Myself Minal Roila, working as an assistant professor in the Regional College of Pharmacy. Today our experiment will be on the effect of various drugs on rapid eye. The software today we are using is known as X-Pharm software developed by the uh, Health Education Bureau, which is based in Jaipur. This software is known as X-Pharm software, and it is a very basic software used by the diploma and the B.Pharm students. So to begin this software, you would need an ID and password, which is given by your institution, which I'm not sharing today. But let's begin with the experiment without wasting any more time. We'll click on this blue button, which says the effect of different drugs on rabbit eye. To perform virtual experiment, click here. See, now there are different windows which is explaining what is on a screen. First is the various drug effect on the rabbit's eye, which is the title. Next is the directions that we'll have to install drug one by one and observe their effect on the rapid eye and tabulate the data and draw the conclusions. There are rabbits here and there are options for the instructions also. Here's a drug column which has epinephrine, which is a beta and alpha agonist or an adrenergic agonist, atropine, which is an anticholinergic, ephedrine, another beta and alpha agonist, physostigmine, a cholinergic agonist, lignocaine, which is a local anesthetic, and normal saline. It is believed that normal saline won't have any effect on either of the eyes. Here are a few burn buttons like click for a new rabbit, observation table, result, quiz, and return option. Okay, so here's a left eye option and here's a right eye option. Currently it is saying active drugs, there are no drugs, and the intraocular tension is also normal. Here is a indication for torch, and here is an indication for touch cotton. So you can see after touching the cotton, the eye is contracted. You can see when I'm turning on the torch, the pupils are slightly reducing in the size. Same for the right eye. And if I'm touching the cotton, the eyelids are shutting close. Okay, so first we look at the instructions. The instruction says that the iris is composed of two muscles. First is a circular muscle and second is a radial muscle. The circular fibers are supplied by the parasympathetic nerve fibers and the radial ones are innervated by sympathetic nerve fibers. The stimulation of sympathetic and parasympathetics lead to mydriasis, which is the dilation of pupil, and meiosis, which is the contraction of the pupil. The material which is required is a rabbit holder, measuring scale, dropper, torch, and cotton wool. The solutions or the drugs that are using are the normal saline, physostigmine 0.5, atropine sulfate 1.0%, ephedrine 0.5%, adrenaline hydrochloride 0.1%, and lidocaine hydrochloride 1%. The procedure. First, we'll measure both of the pupil size and note the intraocular tension, which is normal, high, or low. Then we'll check the light and corneal reflex and note the reading. Keep one eye on either left or right as a control and other as a test. So we'll just put one eye normal saline and another eye a drug. Apply the saline in control eye and the test in the drug eye. Take the readings and measure the diameters of pupil and intraocular tension and reflexes. It's a simple experiment. We'll just begin this experiment. For our drug, first we'll choosing saline and instill drug in a left eye. So you can see the normal tension, intraocular tension is normal and the drug is saline here. If I'm turning on the torch, the pupil are contracting and the cortin is also making its eye shut down. Then we'll take ephedrine and put it in a right eye. You can see the pupil size is now enlarged, which is clearly showing that it is a mydriasis effect, which is a sympathetic nervous system effect. The intraocular tension is also reduced. We'll note these conversations in our observation table, which is here. So the drug we'll take was epinephrine. The intraocular tension was decreased. The light reflex, we'll just check it again. Yes, it is showing. Corneal reflex, yes, there was a corneal reflex and pupil size mydriasis. Now we'll just pick a new rat. Again, we'll select normal cell and normal eye, but atropine in our right eye. You can see the cornea size or the pupil size is again enlarged and the intraocular tension was now normal. If it select a light reflex, there is no pupil contraction, and if it touch a cotton, yes, there was a reaction. Go to the okay, so it did not deleted atropine, intraocular tension, normal, light reflex, no, corneal reflex, no, pupil size increase. Same for epinephrine. Yes, yes, yes. We'll just save these. Now we'll go for another drug, but before that we'll go for a new rat. Physostigmine in a left eye and normal saline in our right eye. You can see that after physostigmine, the pupil size is contracted, which is known as miosis. If I'm turning on the torch, the pupil size is further contracting. If I'm touching the cotton, then there is the eyelid reflex. Now for our next drug, lignocaine in our right eye. The pupil size is same. The intraocular tension is also same. And that concludes our experimentation. We'll go from the observation table again and enter our final observations. So epinephrine, intraocular tension lowered, light reflex yes, corneal reflex yes, pupil size decrease. Atropine, intraocular tension no change, light reflex yes, corneal reflex yes, decreased. Physostigmine, intraocular tension, no change. Light reflex, no. Corneal reflex, no. Pupil size, oh sorry, decreased. And increased. Next is our lignocaine, no change. There was none and none, no change. And last for saline, no change. Yes, yes, and no change. I'll just enter my name ABC and I download this. And here is my observation, which has showing all the drugs name, the students can now easily download and paste it in their files. I'll just close this and then go for the results. So you can see the results, what we have wrote, that the intraocular tension was decreased, light reflex was normal, the animal blinks on touching the cotton, and this was pupil size increased. Physostigmine is a cholinergic agonist, so it shows miotic effect, while the other drugs were anticholinergic and adrenergic agonists, so it shows mydriasis. Lignocaine, on the other hand, was a local anesthetic, so there was no effect. But one effect which we noted was that no corneal reflex was noted on the animal. We can go for the quiz here. So what is the difference between mydriasis induced by adrenergic and anticholinergic? It is a very simple answer. The adrenergic agents act on the radial muscle while the anticholinergic agents act on your circular muscles. Names and clinically used mediatrix. So clinically used mediatrix are timolol and other agents. What are the therapeutic use of mediatrix? It is used by the opticians. What are the clinically used myotics? Atropine is a classic example. And what is the therapeutic use of myotics? That is the question students will answer in another class. Then I'll return on this and the experimentation is over. Thank you very much. This concludes my time.